Alright, how's that sound? That's okay. Alright, here we are. Today I'm playing Euphoria, which I just got because it just came out. Well, came out like 10 years ago, but they just re-released it. And I've wanted it for a while, but you need to get the expansion, and that was kind of expensive, so it's cheaper now. Anyway, I haven't got a mouse today, so did that work properly? Yeah, there we go, cool. Alright, so here's everything. Uh, we're in a dystopian world. There's four factions. The Euphorians are in a world in a walled city, and they're really good at making electricity. The Wastelands are outside the city. They're really good at making food, and the Subterra are underground, and they're good at making water. And everybody wants what the others make. And there's also the Icarus, who live in what are they called, blimps, and they. Why is that mic is way too loud? And they, yeah, definitely. Let me just put that down a bit. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. All right. Icarus. No, that's still a bit loud. Bring it down to here. Testing 1, 2. Yep. Okay. Icarus are living in blimps above the world, and they make bliss, which I think is a drug. I'm not sure. Or they're just good. They're just kind of happy people. So it's worker placement. I've got these two dice. They're my workers. I don't know if you could see, but I rolled a 1 and a 6, which represents how smart they are. I've got one really smart guy and one really stupid guy. I want to keep them, depending on what I want to do, I might want smart workers, I might want dumb workers, or I might not care. But overall, I want to keep them, I don't want them to be too smart, because then they'll run away. Let's see what else. I've chosen I had 4 cards and I chose 2. The, what's this guy's called? Jonathan the Artist, who is a recruit for the Wastelands. So I want the Wastelands to do well. And I've got this other one, Maggie the Outlaw, which I can get later, who is for Subterra. So I want them to do well as well. And Jonathan the Artist says when I work on a construction site, if I have the highest knowledge there, so if I have the smartest worker, then I can gain some knowledge, which will let me draw a artifact card, which I'll need for. What do you need those for? Oh, you need them to build construction markets, to go to the market once they're built. Okay, so there's 4 spaces here. Any number of workers can go there. Maybe I should just play. Yeah, I'll explain as we go. But okay, so we got these workers here, which are to get basic commodities, bliss, electricity, food, and water. I've got the worker activation tank and the worker activation tank. They are how I can get these 2 new other workers. Lost and found. If I lose a worker, if one runs away, this is where they go to. This is how I can get them back. Each of these 3 have a tunnel. The Euphorians are trying to tunnel to Subterra. Terra's trying to tunnel to the Wastelands, and the Wastelands are trying to tunnel to Euphoria. So I can work on building the tunnel, which will get me a resource or an artifact. And then I can use those resources to build the markets. And that is how we put down our authority stars. And once someone's put down 9 stars, that's the end of the game. And I'm up against the black player and the white player, who black player wants likes the Icarans and white player likes the Euphorians, which are the 2 that I'm not. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, so I'm just going to start. So first thing generally is to get a resource. I'm going to put my 1 onto the wastelands. Now check the total value of all workers here. Currently I'm at 1, so I'm here. That gives me 1 food. And 1 loyalty to the wastelands. So once this goes all the way up, I get different benefits. And once it goes all the way up, I will get a... Sorry, I'm going to turn this volume down a bit. For me, I will get a star. So that's it. AI is this deck. So let's draw a card. Alright, so black player wants to get resources from his own faction, which is Icarus. So when he's getting resources from their own faction, they place their lowest number. So he'll just put that there and get some loyalty there. That's it. They don't get resources. They don't do a lot of stuff. They just get push up loyalty. They will tunnel when they need to do that, and they'll go to the markets. That's all they do really. So the white player wants to tunnel in his own faction, which is Euphoria. So he'll put his highest worker. He will tunnel. Where's Euphoria? There. And move along there. That's it. That's their turn. So let's get rid of that card. That slides along. And oh yeah, I didn't explain that. So we're ignoring the outsides of these cards. It's just this bit in the middle that matters. The next turn it's going to be whatever this card is and these. So I know where they're going to go, but I don't know what they're going to do. Alright, so I've got a 6 now. So I could, if I go for resources, I'm going to lower my intelligence, which is good. I've got a food. What can I do with a food? I could tunnel. Could come here and tunnel. I could. If I go there, I'll have a 7. So I'm only going to go 5 to 6. So I'm not going to get the higher value one, but that's okay. Might go grab some water though, just to do something a bit different. With the aquifer, 6, so I'm going to get a water, and my intelligence goes down, which will make sense on my next turn. So I've got morale, which is my hand size, and intelligence, which is, I want to keep that low because if it gets too high, then there's more chance of them running away. Alright, so their turn. Alright, so black player wants to tunnel. Black player is Euphoria. So Euphoria doesn't have a tunnel. So instead, he's going to go to, got the 2 card thing, so he's going to go to the breeze bar, which gets him some loyalty. And white player has all 5s, so he wants to go to the wastelands, which is, I was going to say that was good for me, but no, it's not. Well, sort of is. And then at the 5, so he would go here, so he doesn't do anything. So he's just blocking me from getting, because on my next turn I have to recall, but on the turn after that, if there's a 5 there, there's no way of me getting a 1 to 4 there. So that's, he's blocking me from pushing that up right away. Alright, so I've got no workers, so I need to recall. So I don't need to take all of them, but I will. So for both, I'll roll them. I got a 1 and a 4. So that's 5, plus the 2 I've got here, that's 7. Which is less than 16, so none of them run away. If their total was 16 or higher, then the smartest one would run away. But that's it. Don't need to, sorry, actually no. I can spend a food to get 2. Yeah, we'll do that. Spend a food to get 2. What's the word? Morale. So every time you recall, you can either lose a morale or you spend a food or a bliss to get 2 morale. Alright, now it's his turn. Now it's their turns. Why is that not? Make sure that's charging. Yep. And that's all. Make sure the music's playing. Once it starts up again. Yep, it is. Cool. And we'll go full screen. Cool. Alright. So ignoring this stuff, Black player wants to collect resources at the Wastelands, which is not his faction, so he's going to go there. That's a 10. So if it was a player, he would get 2 food and 1 intelligence. But as a automat, he doesn't do anything. And white player wants to mine at his own tunnel, so he'll have his 5. He's going to mine. Okay, he's going to bump himself out and move that up again. Boom. Alright, so yeah, so these big ones, any number of players can go there. These small ones, only 1 player can, but you can bump them out. There's also these ones which you can't bump them out, but I'll explain that when we get to that. That's it. His turn. They're done. Alright. I have got a 1 and a 4. And I want the Wastelands to do well. So I might... Actually, I'm going to go there. That's a 14, so it's definitely more than 9. So I get an intelligence and 2 food. So I want to have some food for when I recall. That's it. That's my turn. So his turn. Alright. Black player wants a tunnel. He doesn't have a tunnel, so he... Oh no. He's got 1 dice left, so he wants to recall. If he's collecting resources or trying to tunnel, recall. If he's doing something else, going to a market, then he will place the dice. But right now he wants to recall. This triangle thing means that he will leave a dice out that is not at his place. So that's going to be this one. He's going to leave that there. So he takes that, takes the one he's already got, and rolls them. Alright, white player wants to collect a Icarus. So he'll place his highest die, put it there, 5, so no loyalty. And my turn. Right, now I'm going to tunnel. I've got a 1. I want to tunnel. I'm going to spend the water. Do the Terra tunnel. That costs me a water. And then I get a whatever that's called, or an artifact, and move the tunnel up. I'll move the tunnel up, and I'll see what that's called. Got player A here somewhere. Stone. Okay. So I grab a stone, or I can grab an artifact. I will grab a stone. That's my turn. Alright, so last one of this deck. Alright, so the black player wants to collect from Euphoria, which is not his one, so he puts his highest one, a 4. It's 1 to 4, so the loyalty does go up. And allegiance is the word, not loyalty, but same thing. And white player has 1 dice left, so they will recall. Does have the triangle thing, so he's going to leave that one there. No, he's going to leave one of these 2, which is... They're both 5, so he's going to leave one of these 2. Uh, I think he's going to go for the tiebreaker, which will be this Euphoria, and then going down. So he's going to leave that one there. So he'll take that. He'll take that. He'll roll that, and that's gone. Okay, so he gets a whole new deck now. He gets the original deck he had, and some new cards come in. Shuffle that up. All right. All right, they're going to do whatever they do in their own regions. Okay. Oh, I've got no dice. I've got no workers, so I have to recall. So I'll take them both back. I'll spend the food to get two morale, and then roll. I roll 3 and a 5. That's 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's still okay. All right, their turn. All right, black wants to tunnel. Black likes Icarus though, so black doesn't tunnel, so he'll go to the Sky Lounge, which means the Icarus gets some allegiance. And white wants to collect resources from Euphoria. So they're going to place their lowest one, which is a 3. That's 7, so they don't get any loyalty there. And my turn. Alright, I'm going to go. Actually, I might. Okay, I want to build on one of the markets, but I also want to go here because I want to get that loyalty up. So while I've got my 3, before anyone else goes there, push that up and get a water. Alright. Their turn. Alright, so black. Oh no, so the market moves, so this teddy bear's gone. They slide down. So if I wanted that teddy bear, too bad. They took it. Okay, now he wants to move. Black wants to go to Euphoria and collect there. Except he's only got 1 dice, so he's not going to do that. He's going to leave 1 dice out, which will be the 5. So he'll take that back. And he'll roll these. Alright, and white wants to go to the market. He wants to go to an artifact market. But they've got a checklist. First thing he's going to do is he's going to go to one of the constructor market with his 6. And using the tiebreaker, Euphoria, which is what, this one? No, this one. He'll take the one on the right, so he takes this space. So once 2 people have gone here, this will get built, which I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm about to do that anyway, so I'll show you that right now. So I'm going to put my 5 there, cost a stone. Alright, so 2 workers have gone to this construction site, so it gets built. And everyone who contributed gets a star on it. And then we get these workers back. Alright, I got a 6 plus the 3, that's 9, so that's fine. Alright, and what does that say? And then black player doesn't have there, so he gets a penalty. So now every time black rolls a 6, can you see that? Yes. It'll go here, so he won't get to place it, which means that he'll do less stuff. If it was me, I would get the penalty of you can only gain artifacts of a kind you don't have. Okay, that's alright. I don't have the penalty anyway because I got a star there. But yeah. Alright, so that was my turn. Their turn. Alright, he wants to collect from Subterra. He'll put down his highest one and put that there. That's a 7, so nothing happens. And White wants to build a tunnel in Euphoria. So he will go there and move that along. Okay. Do I have a worker? I do have a worker. I've got a 6. I'm going to build this tunnel again, spend water. And I have a stone or an artifact. I don't know what artifacts I want really, so actually no, I do. If I get a brick and a board game, which is this one, I can put another star here. So that might be worth going for, but I think I'll take the stone because then I can build more construction site stuff. Right. That is my turn. Alright, their turn. Alright, so Black wants to build a tunnel in his place, which is Euphoria. So that means he's going to go to the breeze bar and get some loyalty there. And White wants to collect resources, but he's only got the 1 dice, so he won't. So he's going to leave one not at his own place. So he's going to take that and that, leave that one. All right, what have I got? No dice left, so I want to collect 7, 8, 9, 10. That's fine. And have a look at this. I can spend a food to get two morale, or I could just lose morale. I'm just going to lose it because I've got no cards anyway, so I don't really need to have that up at the moment. Alright, so their turn. Alright, Black wants to go to a market, so he will. He's only got 1 dice, but he wants to go to a artifact market. But because of the way they work, he's going to go to a regular market. He's going to go to the wasteland. So that's going to be here. He's going to go there. And then White wants to go to a market. He's going to go to one that's already being constructed, so that one. Alright, so they've completed that. They both get a star. And I've got this penalty now, whatever that is. Registry of Personal Secrets. Okay. I cannot use 1st and 2nd tier allegiance track bonuses. Okay, so normally no one's actually done it. Okay, yes, this one's reached the 1st tier. So if I had an Icarus recruit and I went here, when I would get an extra bliss out of it, but I don't, so that doesn't affect me. I've got a Wastelands one, so yeah. So once this gets to here, normally I would get an extra food every time I go to the farm, but until I build this, go to this market, that's not going to happen. So I'm only going to need a lot of bliss, and I'm going to need any artifact to go there. So that's what I want to start working on now. Alright, I'm going to spend a 6. That pushes my intelligence down, gets me a bliss. The other way to get bliss is... Oh no, that's the only way. This is ways to spend bliss. Yep, okay, so I spent a 6 because if I spent my 1, the allegiance track would have gone up. And I don't want that to happen because I have no reason to want that to go up. That would only help them. So I spent my smart worker, who won't be sucking into joining them. Alright, so black worker. Alright, you only got 1 card, 1 dice, 1 worker. So he's going to collect all his workers back. He's going to leave one, not at Icarus, so he's going to leave one of these two. He's going to leave the smartest one out. So, okay, this is going to be a while before I can get that track up, because they keep leaving their workers there. Alright, oh, not there, there. And white wants to collect at Euphoria, which is his one, so he puts his lowest one, which means the loyalty goes up, because there's only one there. Alright, my turn, I've got a 1. I've got a 1, what can I do with that? Could come here and get an Icarus, get a another one of these. I could a bliss, that's the word. So I'm thinking I'll come here and get a bliss and lower my challenges, or I'll get a water and push up the allegiance here. Those are my two ideas. Now I really want to get that, so I'm going to go there. My intelligence goes down, and I get a bliss. Alright, their turn. Alright, they're both going to collect. Alright, so black wants to collect from Icarus, so he'll just go there. That's 8. Nothing happens. And white puts his 3 onto Euphoria. That's still only 4, 1 and 3. So, you know, my allegiance goes up. That's their turn. Alright, so I've got no workers, so I need to recall. And I'm just going to lose the morale and roll. So 1, 4, 5, so that's well under 16. Their turn. Alright. Black wants to go to a market, wants to start building a market. He wants to build an Icarus market. They don't exist, so he's going to build Tiebreaker, the next one down. So he's going to go there. And white wants to build a tunnel, but he's only got one worker, so he's going to recall his workers. So he's going to leave, because of that, he's going to leave one in the wastelands. Alright, so he rolled a 6, but he doesn't have any penalties because he's got all the markets, so that's fine for him. Alright, I still need more bliss. What is the best way to get bliss? I think it's just to keep going here. Yeah. And I've only got a 1 and a 3. So if I put a 3 here, this track's going to go up, which I don't want to happen. Not really, so I'm going to get an artifact at some point for this. Actually, no, hang on, for this. Any artifact will do. So I'm going to go, I'm going to use my 1 to mine, build a tunnel, the Wastelands tunnel. That costs me a food. That goes up and I get anything here. I can get this one for free and I can get these ones for extra commodities. I don't care what I get, so I'll just take the board game. They go down. Now if I get a brick, I can put a star there as well. That's the other thing I could do. But I think I really want to get this so I can start getting the bonuses for the allegiance. Alright, so their turn. Okay, he wants to collect the resource, but he's only got 1 dice. The triangle thing isn't there, so he gets all his dice back. Finally. Okay, he leaves that one there, because he doesn't want to give up the construction thing. What's the word I'm looking for? When that gets built, he'll get a star, so he doesn't want to give up that spot. because it would be silly to do that. Alright. And then the white player wants to tunnel in Euphoria. So he wants to tunnel there. Boom. Alright, so now that this has been reached, any player that has a Euphoria card face down would reveal it, but I've got a Subterra card, so I don't reveal it. And that's it. Alright, and now my turn. I've got a 3. Okay, I've got a few options. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I do want to get this up. I do want to get more bliss, but I don't want to push down allegiance up, and I've only got a 3. So I could come to the Sky Lounge. Oh, we should also push the allegiance up. I didn't said okay, forget that. But it would get me two resources, which would be good because I can go there and there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that will push that up. It cost me a bliss and something else. And then I get 2 resources. I'm gonna take a brick and a gold. No, a brick and a brick. Brick and a brick? Yeah, 2 bricks. Because 1 brick for here, and then another brick to go there, and then if that gets taken first, then there's more bricks out here than gold. Although I could take a stone, but that's fine. I'll go over there or there next, if that's what happens. Yeah, alright, so last one of this deck for them. Alright, black wants to collect on, he wants to collect on Icarus, so he'll go there, push that up. And white wants to collect an Icarus. So he'll put his highest one, so because it's not his, what's the word? It's not his faction. It's not a faction he wants to succeed. Alright, so now he's got one more set of extra cards to get added. Okay, I've got no workers at the moment, so I'm going to have to recall. I'm just going to recall. I can go down, that's fine. I have to because I don't have any bliss or food. 9, 10, that's fine. Alright, their turn. Alright, so black wants to tunnel, which means he goes to the breeze bar, which means that goes up. And white wants to collect, but he's going to get 1 dice, so he doesn't have the time to think, so he gets all his dice back. That's good. Now I'm going to start going there again. Alright, so what did I want to do? I've got that. Right, I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go there. Doesn't really matter which dice I use, so I'm going to go there. That cost me a brick, which means we've built whatever this is. We built the Center for Reduced Literacy. The penalty for this would be every time you roll a 6, you lose a resource or a commodity. But oh, that means that gives white the penalty now because he doesn't have one there. So we both got a star there. Alright, and cool, that's that. Alright, black wants to go to the market, so he's gonna start building a new one. He wants to go to the wasteland, so he's going to go to that one. That's actually good. Actually really good for me, because I can go there, because I happen to have the stone. And white wants to build a tunnel, so he's going to take his 4. And he wants to build his own tunnel, which is Euphoria. So he's going to go there. Alright, my turn. Alright, I'm going to spend my... Yeah, I'm going to go there, spend the stone. Which means that's built. This is the Courthouse of Hasty Judgment. And the penalty is you may not use pairs of cards to artifact markets. So usually, here, I'll put these out first. Usually, to come here, you need to have 3 cards or a pair, 2 of a kind. But as long as you've got that penalty, you can't use pairs. That's for all 4 of these. Alright, we get our workers back. He's got a 6, so that goes there. That's his penalty for not having. What does he not have? For not having this one. That was my turn, so their turn. Okay, he's only got the 1 dice, but he wants to go to a market, so he will. So he's going to go there. Last one, last 2. And then white wants to collect at Euphoria. So that his loyalty goes up. Alright, now it's my turn again. I'm going to go there, push that up, and get a food. Alright. Their turn. Alright, so black wants to. Oh, he's got no dice though, so he's just going to collect all his dice. 2, 3. That one stays there. Got a 6, so that he loses that one. And white wants to collect at his own one, which is Euphoria. That's only a 3, so that goes up. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to go. I was going to go there. No, I was going to go there. No, I can't go there. What was I going to do? I was going to go there. But now I want to go here and get this built before the white player does it. So I've got the brick. Alright, that is the Anathema of Mandatory Guidelines. And okay, so whoever has this penalty is when placing a star, lose a morale. So I'm glad I didn't miss that. Actually, that probably wouldn't have mattered so much, but whatever. Alright, my turn? No, their turn. That was my turn. Alright, they're going to take something from the market. And black wants to collect from Euphoria. So he's just going to go there. And, okay, white wants to go to the markets. So he's going to go there. Alright, my turn. I've got a 1. Right, I do want to mine, but because I've got a 1, I want to go to the farm, get some loyalty and some food. And then next turn I'll be able to do that, I think, yeah. I'm too busy doing stuff, I haven't got more workers. I feel like I should do that, but that's alright. Alright, black player wants to collect at Subterra. It's only a 1, so the loyalty goes up. And white doesn't have any dice, so he'll collect them all. That one stays there. Didn't roll a 6. Alright, my turn. I will get my dice back. That is 8, 9. That's fine. I will push my morale up by spending a food. Alright, and I haven't got the chat where I can see it. That's annoying. Not that anyone's here yet, but I would have missed them because I haven't been paying attention. Alright, Black wants to tunnel. No, I only got one dice though, so he got his dice back. And because of this thing, he wants to leave one. He'll leave it at Euphoria because that's the smarter one. So he'll roll these. You roll a 1, a 5, and a 5. That's okay. And White wants to go to the market. So he'll spend the smartest one. He'll go there. He's the only one that went there. Okay. So he only gets 1 star. The carousel. Okay. Knowledge tests have a threshold of 14 instead of the usual 16. So that's something I need to be aware of. Alright, all the markets are built now. Alright, I've got a 5 and a 3. So yeah, I want to go mining. Actually, no, I want to go there first. Push that up. And that gets me 2 food. 1. No, I haven't got that yet. No, I do have that. Hang on. Didn't I have a penalty about not getting the... Yes, I haven't gone there yet. So normally I'll get extra food for this, but I don't because I haven't gone to... because of this penalty. I need to deal with that at some point. Or just not get the extra food every time. That's okay. I want to mine as well, but I want to go there while there's no one there. Alright, Black wants to go collect from his own faction, which is Icarus. So that goes up. And now anyone that's got an Icarus card would reveal it. That's not me. And the White wants to collect an Icarus as well. And he'll go to 4, because it's not his faction. Alright, my turn. Alright, what have I got? I got a 5. Yeah, I'm going to go mining. I do want to get this tunnel built as well, but I need to get some water first. So while I've got this, I'm going to spend the food, and I'll grab a brick. No, do I want a brick or do I want an artifact? That's going to go up either way. I guess I want a brick because of this. Yeah. That wants electricity. That wants the baseball bat and stone. So I could grab the baseball bat as well. That's the other thing I could do. But then I still got to get stone. Actually, yeah, no, yeah, I'm not going to get the brick. I'm going to get the baseball bat. So I can get this market. Okay, I've got 2 cards now. But my morale is 4, so that's okay. Because my morale is my hand size. Alright, I've gone. Alright, so... Black wants to collect at Subterra. White wants to collect at his own faction, which is Euphoria. Okay, there's still only 4, so that goes up. And my turn. Oh, I've got no dice, so I'll collect 1 and 2. And alright, their turn. Okay, Black wants to go to a market. So all the markets are built. So now he's going to go for markets that he hasn't already got. So it's going to be one of these 2. No, Black, sorry, one of these 2. Tiebreaker is Icarus, so he's going to go there. He's going to go there. Get that one. Alright. So once he goes there, he'll have all the markets and he'll lose the penalty. that he's got currently. And white wants to go on a market as well. So where does white not have? White doesn't have that or that or that. Okay, so it's going to be tiebreaker, which is Subterra, so he's going to go there. Boom. Alright, my turn. So now the stars are starting to come out. Once 9 stars are out, once someone's got 9 stars out, everyone gets one more turn, and that will be it. Alright, my turn. How are we doing score-wise? White's got 4 out, Black's got 5 out, I've got 4 out. So we're about the same. Right, a baseball bat. I want to get some stone, is what I want to do, which means I need to go here. Alright, so I'll go there, that's 7. My intelligence goes down, not that that matters. And I get a water, and I would get another water, but because of that penalty I don't. That's okay. And then, okay, Black doesn't have any dice, so you get all his dice back. Boom. Cool. Okay, he rolled a 6, so until he gets that, that dice, any 6s he doesn't get. White wants to collect at Euphoria, but he's only got 1 dice, so he's just going to collect all his dice. Didn't roll a 6. Alright, now for the 1. Because it's a 1, I'm thinking I want to go there. I do want to go there, but because actually no, I need to mine first. But because it's a low number, I want to go there or there. Get some loyalty up. Yeah. I'm gonna go there. Boom. Get some food. Alright, yep. Their turn. Okay. Oh, that should have slipped down when I got the bat. Okay, so he's gonna take that one. And okay, Black wants to collect at Icarus, so he's gonna go there. That pushes that loyalty up. And White wants to build a tunnel at Euphoria, so he wants to build a tunnel there. Alright, and that's their turn. My turn. I have no dice, so I get them back. I'm gonna spend the food to get 2 morale, and then roll. I rolled pretty low. Alright, their turn. Alright, Black wants to go to the artifact market, but he needs to go to a market he hasn't been to yet, so he goes there. Which means he just lost that penalty, so he gets his 6 back. And White wants to go to a market as well. He doesn't have these 2, so his tiebreaker is going to be Euphoria, so he's going to go there. Alright, my turn. I will go. So I'm thinking I want to mine in the tunnel to get the stone. I also want to get some. I'm thinking if I go there and then go there, then I'll have to recall, unless that gets bumped, which it might. Yep, that's my plan. Alright, so I'm going to go there, that boosts that, gets me a water. Alright, their turn. Alright, Black wants to collect in Euphoria, in Icarus. Loyalty goes up. And White wants to collect in Euphoria. Loyalty goes up. Right. Now, I said I want a tunnel. That cost me a water, which gets me a stone. And that goes up. Then it's their turn. Right, White wants to collect. He's only got one dice left, so he's just going to get all his dice back. Same with White, only got one dice. He wants a tunnel, so he'll get them all back. And then I will collect both mine. And I'll spend the... No, and I'll lose the morale. Where's that go? There. 9, 10, that's fine. Alright. Now, alright, so they're out of cards, so they shuffle the deck again. Alright. Black wants to collect at Icarus. Oh, okay, he made it all the way, which gets him a star on his card. And White wants to go Euphoria. Wants to collect at Euphoria. Alright, so currently Black is winning. Alright, now I'm going to dig again. Although I want to spend my 4 to do something. Let's see. No, I'm going to go, yep, okay, so I want to spend my 5 to go there. Dig in the tunnel. Okay, that means I can reveal this card. Maggie the Outlaw. So when I retrieve workers, if they're all... Oh, I kept forgetting to use Jonathan. Oh well. If all the workers I retrieve are from Subterra, I get some water or stone. Alright, right, and I'll get a stone or an artifact right now. I will take the stone, yes, because of the carousel. I've already got a stone though. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want something else. It's either a stone or an artifact. I don't particularly want any of these artifacts, so yeah, I'll take stone. Alright, their turn. Alright, they're gonna take the glasses. And Black wants to go to a market, so he'll take his 5. He's got all the markets, so he's going to go to an artifact market now. And he wants to go to the Icarus one, which pushes that up, which doesn't do anything, and gets him a star. And then White wants to collect in Subterra, so he'll put his 5 there. Alright, I've got 2 3s. Okay, so something I forgot about. I don't think it's come up before. If you roll doubles or triples or whatever, you can spend morale to take multiple turns, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to spend my 3. I'm going to 3. Where is it? 3 to go to, where did I want to go? There. That gets me some loyalty for Terra. Cost me a baseball bat and a stone. And it gets me a star there and that loyalty. And then I can spend a morale. Wait. Oh, I was looking at his dice. Whoops. Okay, never mind. All I've got is this 4. Alright, everything else is the same, that's fine. But if I did have a pair, I could have done that. Alright, so he wants to go black, but the Automats will never do that, even if they have pairs. He wants to go to the Wastelands, which pushes that up. My tracks are not going up fast enough. And white wants to go to Euphoria, which will push that up. Right. Now I've got no workers left, so I will collect them back. And I will lose the morale, that's fine. 1 and 3. 1 and 2. Oh, okay. Black. Oh no, he wanted to dig my tunnel, but because he's only got the 1 dice, he's going to collect his dice. Get his dice back. So that's annoying. That is black. White have no, white's not there yet. Okay. And I'm everywhere but here. Alright, white wants to go to a market. Alright, so he's going to go to there, which means that goes up, and he gets a star there. Actually, I think did I mess that up? I think maybe some more loyalty should have come out at some point, but I'm not sure. So we'll just ignore it. Yeah, I got a brick and I need a brick to go there. Okay, so where can I get a brick? Oh, by going there, cool. I'm gonna go there, spend the food, get a brick, and push that up. And that's it, yep, his turn, their turn. Black wants to collect at Icarus, which pushes that up, that's fine. And I don't think you get another star. I think that only happens once, I'm pretty sure. And white wants to do the same thing. Oh, it doesn't have any dice though, so. Oh wait, white's been everywhere, hasn't he? Yep, so it doesn't have the penalty anymore. Alright, it's my turn. I got a 1. Where do I want to put my 1? I've got that. Oh yeah, I wanted to go to there. Board game and a brick. Gets me a star there. And Euphoria gets some loyalty. That's not good. Alright, that's it. Alright, black wants to go to Icarus, and white wants to dig a tunnel. They want to dig their own tunnel, so they're going to go there. Alright, they completed that. So that is now a worker placement spot for anyone with a Euphoria recruit, which I don't have, which will get you 3 water. So if I get all the way to here, I can use this spot. And if I get all the way to there, I can get that spot. Probably not going to happen this game though. Maybe, but probably not. That was their turns. I've got no dice, so I'm going to get my dice back. Morale goes down. 3 and a 4. Alright, their turns. Alright, baseball bat's gone. And he wants to collect at Icarus. And actually, I need to go to Icarus. That's what I need to do. Well, I can get 2. And okay, he wants to go to a market, an artifact market. He wants to go to this one, which means he gets a star there, and that will go up. Alright, I need to go, I'll spend my 4 to go there. That's what, 16, well over 2, well over 10, well over 9. So my intelligence goes up, and I get 2 bliss. Alright, their turn. Alright, the balloons are gone. And black wants to, no, he's only got 1 dice, so oh damn, we got all the dice back. That's not what I wanted to happen. And white wants to collect at Euphoria, which pushes that up, which gets him a star. Alright, I'm losing at the moment. They both got 2 stars left, I've got 4. Alright, if I go there, I only get 1. What else can I do? I'm trying to get that. What's the penalty for that? I don't get the bonus stuff. Yeah, that would be really good. What have I got? I got a 3. That's a 5. I'll push my intelligence down, but I'll get a power. Yep, go with that. Alright, black wants to dig a tunnel. Rhino tunnels in Icarus though, so he's going to go to Breeze Bar, which would push that up. And white wants to, nope, white will get his dice back. 3, 4. Alright. I will go, oh, I have to click my dice. 7, 8, that's fine. And I'll lose the morale. Alright, their turn. Alright, black wants to go to a market. He wants to go to the Wastelands one, so he wants to go there. Gets him a star. And pushes that up. Alright, so that's it. He's got 9 stars out, so 1 more turn each and that's it. Alright, white wants to dig his own tunnel, which is what, Euphoria. White wants to go there. Oh, he's already dug his own tunnel, so that's fine. He doesn't get anything. Okay, I got 1 more turn. What can I do with it? I don't have any artifacts, so I can't go to the artifact markets. I don't have a stone and 1 power. If I had more power, I can go there. I don't think there's anything I can do really. I can dig this tunnel, but that won't help me. It's not going to help anything, but I'll push that up. We'll get food. Yeah, 1 food. That doesn't really help me any. And then black will get a turn, and that's it. Alright, the balloons are gone. and he wants to collect in Icarus, so he'll go there, and that will push up. It doesn't do anything. So that was his last chance to get his 10th star out, but that's it. We're done. So I came third out of 3. Great. So I got 6 stars out, black got 9 out, and white got 2 out, and that was level 2 of 6, I think. Uh, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was intermediate. Right. I don't think there's anything else to say, really. Tiebreaker would be morale and intelligence, but with the AI there are no tiebreakers, so that's it. Why is that not showing anything? Hang on. That's better. Alright, cool. So, where's my mouse gone? Come on. It's on, right? Yeah. Alright. Huh. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on. Oh, that works. Alright, cool, that's it. That was Euphoria. Yeah, so I've wanted this game for 5 years, a while. But to play solo, you needed the expansion, which put the price up, and it became hard to get. Like the I saw the expansion in a few shops, but I didn't see the game itself. Although I could have got it from Stomach Games. But yeah, they just released it. It's apparently a much better board. I like the look of the other board, but this one is easier to read. They added the expansion into it, so there's no expansion anymore. What else do you need to know? Anyway, I like it. Probably not my favorite Stomach game or my favorite worker placement game, but I do like it. The AI is really easy to run once you get used to it. Looking forward to playing it with other people. That would be fun. Yeah, that's kind of it. Let's see who's on. Anybody on? Josh Strife Hayes and the Bird Sanctuary. What is Josh doing? He is playing some kind of... Oh, Rayman. Cool, that's not what he usually does. Yeah, I suppose I'll rate him. He's on. Cool. Alright, bye.